What is up, good people at YouTube? This is Ryan with TrendLizard.com. I hope you're having a great day today. I certainly am. It's another beautiful day here in Colorado. I want to continue our mission here of just showing you how easy the Elliott wave theory is and how powerful it is when you apply it the right way. And that entails just basically looking at a chart, finding which direction the trendy 5-wave moves are happening and which direction the counter trend 3-wave moves are happening. Not what you want them to do, not where you think it should go, but looking at a chart with a fresh set of eyes every single time you look at it and deciding which direction is the obvious trend taking place. And we're going to continue that today. We're just going to take a look at a few of the hot stocks that we've analyzed in the past. And it's going to be Apple, Amazon, Bank of America, as well as Micron, just to show you what's going on with their Elliott wave pattern, show you where they're heading in the future, so you can make money on them, because it's pretty clear and there are opportunities available to you when using the Elliott wave theory. So let's dive into a few charts, see what's going on. Here we go. All right, y'all, so let's dive in here. So again, we're going to take a look at We're going to look at Apple, Amazon, Bank of America, as well as Micron Technologies. If you're not watching these stocks, you absolutely should be. They're leaders, they're studs, they have beautiful Elliott wave patterns. A lot of good reasons just to keep an eye on them. And I'm going to blow your mind here and let you know that Apple has been in an uptrend on a long-term time frame. This chart shows it. It shows what we think is going on the Elliott wave pattern. As you know, trends play out in big 5-wave moves. So what's happening here with Apple? Back in 98, it started its first wave up, had a second wave pullback. Ever since 2003, it's been in this massive third wave advance. So that's what's going on the long-term time frame. That's not what we're here for. I just want to give you a little context. Let's dive in here. This is what's happening on Apple more recently. It's been going up into the 2018 high, and at that point it reversed and broke down quite sharply. So since then, it's had a really nice recovery in 2019, basically since the very start of the year. It's been in a really nice advance off that low. But the thing that we need to pay attention to here is the nature of the down move that played out in late 2018. So if you look at this breakdown here, it sure looks like a very sharp 5-wave decline. So what we know about 5-wave moves is that they dictate the trend. I'm not saying that a long-term high is in on Apple, but it does look like the start of some larger pullback began on Apple off of that high, just based on the trendy nature of this pullback. If nothing else, you need to be aware of the possibility that the pullback that began back in October is not over yet. Again, there has been a really nice recovery that's been playing out here, and it has some pretty good things going on itself. But let's go ahead and look a little bit closer at that. Here's that 5-wave decline again in late 2018. Since then, it's reversed and given us a nice 5-wave advance. So how is that possible? How can we get a 5-wave down move and a 5-wave up move back to back? What it looks like to me is that this was an A wave of a larger ABC decline, and that this recovery here is also an A wave of the larger B wave recovery before a C wave decline. So that's the important thing. Even if the larger pullback is not going to form off of this, the thing that we're paying attention to here is what this advance looks like in 2019. Again, it is a very nice 5-wave advance. What happens when a 5-wave advance completes? Doesn't matter if it's the start of a new trend, an end of a trend, whatever else, it leads to a reversal in the other direction, which makes me believe Apple is getting close to some type of high, and that this up leg in 2019, at least the initial up leg, is getting closer to an end. So if we continue to zoom in, this is that 5-wave advance again. Counts out really nicely. Every up leg, as it should be, counts out as its own little 5-wave trendy move. And now we are in what appears to be the 5th wave of this advance. If Apple moves below 176.50 at any point in time, you have to consider this up leg from January's low to be complete and that a larger pullback has begun. That will point Apple down into this yellow support area from here, basically 157 up to about 167 is what it's calling for. So you're looking at a pretty decent pullback before this strength continues. So be on guard for that with Apple. Moving on, let's take a look at Amazon here. So here is Amazon, also in a massive uptrend on the long-term time frame. This shows the 5-wave advance that's been in place since 2009. It is getting late into that advance, but it is not over yet, and I'll show you exactly why we know that it's not over yet. As we zoom in here, this looks at the advance specifically off the 2016 low. If we step back out, it's basically just the advance that began right here. It's a 5th wave up. And this is it. This is not yet a 5-wave advance. That in itself is bullish, but there's other reasons to be bullish, as I'll show you here. As we zoom further in, you can see the pullback that's played out in late 2018 is very clearly a 3-wave counter trend move, and that is bullish stuff. If the stuff that's happening to the downside is a counter trend move, it can only mean that the dominant trend, which is very clearly up, is not yet done. So you can expect higher prices here. Even better, what's happened in 2019 supports the notion that a low is into this pullback and that much higher prices are coming, potentially starting off of last week's low. So you can see again the nice 5-wave advance here, and then you have a very clearly choppy counter trend pullback. Nothing fancy about this. Very straightforward, very simple, and it looks like it's trying to kick off to the upside again. If we zoom in, this is that 5-wave advance that played out in late 2018, early 2019, and then this sideways movement. We've looked at this before. We've shown you this is just littered with counter trend 3-wave moves. There's nothing trendy going on. Now you're seeing this breakout off of March's low to the upside. It's actually set a new high, I think, today, and it is looking very, very bullish. As long as it stays above 1640 from here, it will look likely that the next leg of Amazon's advance has begun. So this is super bullish. Looks like a great buying opportunity. I think Amazon is going to continue much higher from here and directly from here as long as it stays above that key level again at 1640. So let's take a look now at Bank of America. This is one that I've highlighted a few times for good reasons, and I'll show you why that is once again here. Off the 2016 low, you have a very clear, very obvious 5-wave advance that completed in early 2018. Since then, it's been in a counter trend pullback, very clearly a 3-wave move. You can see the difference in purposefulness and direction and everything else. This is the stark difference between trendy action and counter trend price action, and it works as long as you are listening to what the chart is telling you. So it looks like this 3-wave counter trend pullback completed basically at the very end of 2018, found support in our yellow support area as we expect it to, and it has been kicking off to the upside with more bullish price action from there, and I'll show you exactly why. This zooms in on that 2018 pullback. Again, super clear. It's a counter trend move. There is no possible way to call this anything but a counter trend move. On the flip side, when you look at the action that's played out in early 2019 and since then, again, everything's bullish. You have trendy upside action, a very clear 5-wave move, and then you have a nice 3-wave counter trend pullback. This did not make it all the way down into its yellow support area. It doesn't always make it there, but it doesn't mean it's not a valid setup and that it's trying to, again, it's just trying to break out here and now off of last week's low as it sets a new high. So if we zoom in and look just at that action here, again, beautiful 5-wave advance to the upside, a nice counter trend 3-wave pullback here, and then a kickoff to the upside. Now, if the next up leg has begun, you're probably going to see it just take off to the upside. If it does anything else, there's a decent chance that this counter trend pullback is not quite over yet. A move below 2850 at any point says the counter trend pullback is not yet over. But that would just be delaying the inevitable resumption of the uptrend. As long as it trades above 28.50 from here, the potential for immediately higher prices on Bank of America will exist. So last guy here, we're going to take a look at Micron. We have also looked at this one in the past. Off the 2016 low, we have a very nice trendy 5-wave advance. Every move internally, like every trendy up leg like wave 1, wave 3, and wave 5 is itself a trendy move. You can see it counted out here on the very extended 3rd wave advance. In 2018, like so many other things did, it gave us a large counter trend pullback. It found support very near the low end of our yellow support area and has kicked off to the upside in 2019. So if we zoom in on this, this shows you that pullback in 2018. You can see the downtrend line that played out for much of 2018 was broken by recent strength. You can also see that recent strength took a nice trendy 5-wave advance to the upside. So this looks like the first leg of a larger advance. Now we have a pullback going on here, and let's go ahead and zoom in on that. Here's that 5-wave advance. Now you're getting that counter trend pullback here. As long as Micron stays above 34, the sky is the limit. This guy's going to have a ton of potential to break out again, give us more trendy 5-wave advances, something similar to what we saw in early 2019. And a move above 41.50 will be a good indication that this is in fact a counter trend move. It looks like it, this pullback here, that it's a counter trend move. It already looks like a counter trend move, but a move above 41.50 would be rock solid proof that that is the case. All right, crew, there you have it. So that's a look at Amazon, Apple, Micron, and Bank of America in no particular order. So we went through, I'm showing you time and time again with these videos that this is how the market works. This is how it operates. It's not news headlines. It's not any of this other stuff. It's not earnings. It's not that. everything falls into the Elliott wave pattern because it dictates changes in social mood. And that's all the stock market is. It's a group of a bunch of people getting together and acting as a herd. And that is exactly what the Elliott wave theory unveils. So I hope that's helpful for you. As you can tell, I'm working really hard on these videos. I'm putting one out each week. We're using Elliott wave theory every day on our website at TrendLizard.com. It's a great service. It's very well priced. And we show you exactly how to beat the market with this stuff day in and day out. And I'll show you time and again how this theory works and how to use it to get yourself into the best buying opportunities that you can imagine while keeping your risk super tight. And I mean, that's all you can do. And that's how you get your edge in this market to make money consistently when trading. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. We're working hard. Please come visit us at TrendLizard.com. Again, it's a great website with good knowledge that you need to know if you want to beat the market like we do. So have a wonderful day. I will talk to you next week. Take care.